So I was talking to a sister friend today. I call her my sister because I've known her for a very long time. And then she started picking my brain, as regards concerns about her 15-year-old son. We talked about 3 things, but I'm going to focus on 2 in this video, and I'm going to make a separate video for the 3rd concern. The first thing is that she has noticed a bit of peer pressure and peer influence. So they have an excursion in school, or they have a debate. She sees that her son is, interested, and happy about it. But when his friends, he meets his friends, he suddenly starts to show lack of interest. He tends to back out, and starts to say he doesn't want to attend the event. And then she's concerned, and then she's worried, and then maybe she starts to scold and starts to insist. And then the second concern was, he needed a baggy trouser. And because she has seen, peer pressure and peer influence in the baggy trouser he said he wants, she, raises her eyes and say, oh, maybe because his friends are wearing baggy trouser, he wants to wear baggy trouser. And then she says no to it. So these are the things we're going to talk about in this video. So let's get right into it. All right, like, share, drop me a comment. Have you experienced this before? Let me know. And if you don't know, I offer coaching sessions to parents of preteens and teens and preteens and teens themselves. I have a community called the Growing Up Hub. So you can join me, send me a message, and I'll add you for your teenager or for yourself. Let's get right into the video. So your teenager is excited about something, a school debate, a club, an opportunity, and then suddenly they don't want to go anymore. Why? Because their friends are not interested. Like I said, it's important to know that in the teenage years, they are closer to their friends. They listen to their friends more than they listen to their parents. And that's why I always say it's important to have other people in your children's life that can talk to them on your behalf. And then, they begin to say, oh, my mom has said this thing. But the person has to have a relationship with them, or an expertise. So it's either you're a coach, or you're the friend to the family, or you have some sort of connection with them. I will say this is not just peer pressure or peer influence. It is more a little bit of identity development. So a 15-year-old is trying to answer, who am I, where do I belong? So when their friends back out on something, because when they back out of something because their friends are not involved, they are not being weak. They are trying to avoid social risk. So they are thinking, will I be left out? Will I look different, and will I still belong? And that's, I spoke to her about it. And then the mistake that many parents make is they don't know what to do in this situation. So they start to scold. They start to, insist, or force the decision. But there's a problem. And here is the problem. The more you push, the more your teenager may be shut down, may hide their real interest, or depend even more on their friends. Please, let's take this very seriously. We don't want them depending on their friends, because their friends are like them. Their brains are not yet formed. They're all trying to make decisions. So what do we do instead? So instead of control, let's choose curiosity. Ask questions like, you seemed excited about this debate earlier. What has changed? Or is it because your friends are not going? And then your child begins to feel understood. They are feeling like you're hearing them, and this also helps them understand themselves more, feel heard, and build confidence in their own choices. That is for avoiding activities that their friends are not going. And then for the baggy trouser issue, this is where parents get it wrong. So baggy trousers are not dangerous, they are not harmful, it's not a moral issue. Like I said, identity expression. So when your child says no, when you say no to harmless things like this, your teen is feeling controlled, he's feeling misunderstood or frustrated. This is and this is where power struggles start to come in. So you cannot say no for everything. And that's where negotiables and non-negotiables come in. And this is what I teach parents all the time. You need to be able to separate negotiables and non-negotiables. So negotiables, non-negotiables can be education, can be respect, can be safety, can be responsibility. You have your family values. You can state what that is for you. And then non-negotiables are maybe clothing, maybe their style, their hobbies, their interest. And I mean, when we say negotiables, we can sit down and talk about it. We can sit down and discuss, and we can meet somewhere. So yes, school, non-negotiable. Baggy trouser, negotiable in this his case. The real goal is you cannot stop peer influence. Like I said, at this phase of their life, they are more in tune to their peers. But you can build a child who can stand in a group and still think for themselves. And that comes from being head at home, being guided, not controlled, and having safe freedom in small things. Give them freedom in small things. So instead of just saying you must go, no, you're not wearing that, you can try things like, help me understand your thinking, or let's figure this out together. Like I always say, bring your children closer. The streets are willing to take them. If you don't bring them closer, you're going to lose them. And with this way, you are keeping your authority, you're protecting your relationship you have with your child. And if your child feels safe with you, they won't need to lose themselves to belong anywhere else. And that is the goal. We don't want control, we want connection. We want our children to come to us when they have issues. But when we say no to everything, you're not an autocratic leader. You sit down with your child, discuss, oh, I can't afford the baggy trouser now, whatever the issue is. Okay, we'll see to it. Have a discussion with your child, and I hope this helps her and helps any other parents struggling with this. If this video has helped you, like, share, drop me a comment. And then the next video I'm going to talk about is about money. So stay tuned and watch out for the next video. Cheers.